Hi students, welcome back to English class. Today we are going to learn active and passive voice. The active voice describes a sentence where the subject performs the actions stated by the verb. When the verb of a sentence shows that something is done to the subject, we say it is in the passive voice. For example, Tom helps John. The sentence is in active voice. John is helped by Tom. The sentence is in passive voice. Here, in the first sentence, Tom is the doer of the action. We are giving importance to the doer of the action in the active voice. When we say the same sentence in passive voice, we are giving importance to the receiver of the action. John is a receiver of the action. When a sentence is changed from active form to passive, the object of the active verb becomes the subject of the passive verb. Note this change in the following example. The peon opened the gate. Active voice. The gate is opened by the peon. Passive voice. The peon is a subject in the first sentence and the gate is the object in the first sentence. When we change this sentence to passive voice, the object of the first sentence, the gate, becomes the subject of the passive voice. Second sentence. Here we have few more examples. Sita loves Savitri. The mason is building the wall. The peon opened the gate. Some boys were helping the wounded man. He will finish this work in a fortnight. The object of the active voice becomes the subject to the passive voice. Savitri is loved by Sita. The wall is being built by the mason. The gate was opened by the peon. The wounded man was being helped by some boys. The work will be finished by him in a fortnight. Simple present tense, active and passive voice. When the subject is plural, means more than one, we use the basic form of the verb with the subject. For example, we play football. When the subject is singular, we use s, es, or ies with the basic form of the verb. For example, he plays football. This is a basic rule we have to consider when we are making a statement in simple present tense active voice. Here we have few more examples. Just go through it. Cats eat fish and dry food. Noah plays tennis twice a week. Simple present tense passive voice. The object of the active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice. We have to add am with I, is with the singular subject, and are with the plural subjects, then past participle form of the verb. This is the form of passive voice in simple present tense. For examples, fish and dry food are eaten by cats. Tennis is played by Noah. Now we can discuss how to make statements in present continuous tense in both active and passive voice. In the active form, the sentence structure is like subject plus am, is, or are plus infinitive. That means the basic form of the verb plus ing. For example, Michael is playing football. When we make a passive statement in present continuous tense, We have to select the object of the active voice as subject of the passive voice. Then with I is with singular subjects and are with plural subjects. Then being plus past participle form of the verb. For example, football is being played by Michael. Now we can study how to make affirmative sentence in present perfect tense in both active and passive voice. We have two auxiliary verbs or helping verbs in present perfect tense. They are have and has. We have to add have with I, you, we, they, and with the other plural subjects. Then has with he, she, it, and with the other singular subjects. Then past participle form of the verb to create affirmative sentence in present perfect tense. For examples, I have played a game. Sam has bought some sweets. Now we can study how to make passive sentence in present perfect tense. The object of the active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice. Then we have to add have or has according to the number of the subject. Then been plus past participle form of the verb. This is how to make a sentence in present perfect tense passive voice, especially a statement. For examples, a game has been played by me. Some seeds have been bought by Sam.